welcome to... Oh, I'm not... Oh.
Oh.
I don't know. It just rolled off the tongue. Hello and welcome to Carruthers, Leggetter and whoever. That just came out.
Nice.
I'm Thomas Carruthers.
And I'm Will Leggetter.
And today is our penultimate Woody episode. It's a different... We're going to be formatting it slightly different because the film is slightly different. It's everything you always wanted to know about sex but were too afraid to ask. This is, pardon me, 1972.
Everything you always wanted to know about sex, but were afraid to ask. If you want to know how this man made a movie out of this book.
Rain room.
This is for me, the best of the early Woody, wacky, pure slapstick comedies. You've got Bananas, you've got Sleeper. Love and Death, we sort of notice a change into what we now know Woody as.
Come in, motor function 12.
Scratch the left leg.
The leg has been scratched. Brain to stomach, brain to stomach.
Stomach to brain. Over.
Food coming down. What kind? Fettuccine.
Italian food coming down. Bring me my food.
Good evening, Your Majesty. It's great to be back here at the palace. You know what the palace is? That's 24 living rooms and a dungeon.
Oh, God, oh, God. Ah! 'Tis the chastity belt that the jealous king hath fastened on me, that no man but him shallst have the goods of the body.
It's a bad break for all of us here at the palace.
My God! She's my husband!
What seems to be the trouble?
I am in love with a sheep.
I beg your pardon?
You have a very, very fascinating fetish.
And what Will now knows Woody as, and we obviously get that change completely when it comes to Annie Hall. But this is everything you always wanted about sex. Now, for those of you who don't know, the film is in 7 parts. Woody got the rights to Dr. Rubin's real-life sex help book, Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Too Afraid to Ask.
That's what they called me at Matthews and Johnson's clinic. Mad. Because I had visions of explorations in sexual areas undreamed of by lesser human beings. It was I who first discovered how to make a man impotent by hiding his hat.
I think it could work if we gave it a chance.
Don't you think you should be ashamed of this?
It's most distasteful in view of the fact that the sheep was under 18 years old.
So what?
You've been a naughty rabbi.
Blasphemy!
Hey, we're gonna make babies!
If you want to know how Woody Allen made a movie out of this book, you'll have to see the movie.
And he thought that those questions, because that's how the book's chaptered, what is sodomy, what happens during ejaculation, blah, blah, blah. He thought that would be a really funny help me out, instigation? Like...
Structure.
No, not structure. Anyway, a really good igniting thing for 7 funny short films, and they are all really quite funny. Will, what did you think of Everything You Always Wanted About Sex But Too Afraid to Ask?
Beg your pardon. Excellent. It was very, very good. This is my sort of. This is the closest we've been to Python, I think, so far. So it was
True.
Up my street, up my street.
When did
it's probably the closest
start?
you get to Python. I have a feeling it's the 70s.
No, it's definitely Only I'm talking about just full blown flying circus. When does Monty Python first air? Is it early 69?
Sure.
I thought it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So
Wow.
69 to 74 is Flying Circus. Holy Grail 75. Life of Brian 79. and meaning of life doesn't even come up.
That's my favourite one.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I forgot about
Yeah.
this. I'd have to say Life
Very
of Brian. I think
Life of Brian's number 2. It's very good.
it is indeed. Do you know? Yeah. Anyway, I don't have a did. I don't know why I said did you know, because I don't have a did you know. Alas. Yeah. No. As you just said. Yeah. Monty Python has never been my big thing really. Too silly. What I am Graham Chapman. The too silly. This sketch is too silly. The sketches. Yeah. I am Graham Chapman. The amount of Monty Python sketches where I go, oh, this is too silly. So, yeah, this isn't funny. This is too silly. But this is not too silly for me. This is marvelous. So we're going to do it as we do our normal TV episodes. We're going to rank them, and we will end up with our own ranking of these 7 short films, as we will refer them to. But before we dive into that ranking, Will, have you got any other thoughts on the film as a whole to open us up?
Interesting. It's very different. I mean, I've only seen 4 Woody films so far.
This is your 5th.
This is the 5th. So it's very, very different. Again, they all seem to be different. But I don't really know what to say. But
I did throw
it's
you in it.
fun. You did. You threw me into it.
It sure is.
And I was not happy.
YouTube comments. Going for seconds, not possible. I thought this movie was supposed to be educational. I mean, it is very possible.
Was it 10 minutes, I think, average?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and then you do a bit of kissing in between, a bit of talking.
There's a whole scene like discussing this in the great movie The Internship with Owen and Vince. A great film. That was our Christmas movie of the year it came out.
I've got you beat. Oh no, I thought you were going to say this year. Guess what our Christmas film this year was, though? And when I say Christmas film, I mean Christmas Eve.
What?
Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Very good. I mean, technically, our Christmas Eve movie last year was Cats.
Oh yes, it was. Yes, I did. Yes. Oh.
So yeah.
Oh.
And I blamed that for the outcome of this year.
Yes, it is all downhill. Lord have mercy, this is taking porn too far. I don't think nobody should watch
I'd argue porn is a hell of a lot worse.
Worse? How? Worse how?
Funny how.
I wonder what's happening on the other end.
I
think it's the sperm scene. I believe that. That's what the sperm scene. We know what's happening on the other end. Oh no, we don't know what's. Oh, they mean inside the vagina, right? Okay. Yeah, I guess that could have been that could have been a funny throwaway gag, like the black guy in the sperm tunnel. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? That could have been another thing of like, oh, they could like link up, go hello, ovaries in, and then it's like, yes, hello, we're here, and it's a bunch of women. That could have been fun. A few comments on the sheep scene. I just love Wilder in this movie. He is so awesome. I agree. Very much so, and I'm sure we will get to this.
Yes.
Bloody hilarious. The sad thing is, you probably couldn't make it now. Yeah, I guess. It is a different time.
You could do some of them, but there's a few jokes in there where you go,
yeah. And some that I agree with, actually. Some I don't know. Some of the punchlines, the final... Well, we'll get to them. Cute bunnies, which leads to one of my notes. This is the exact same opening as Us.
I've written that. I said it's a PG version of the Us.
I wish that Us, instead of had let's misbehave. Yeah. Oh, no one alone, no chaperone. I wish that had let's misbehave, and this had So as alluded to, we're not doing our regular categories of 10-minute stretch and specific favourite parts in single minutes.
You could have told me this before I went and wrote all of that. Luckily, I used my initiative and did do separate 7.
I did tell you that.
I don't listen to you a lot of the time, Tom.
It was a message. You read it and you thumbed up. You thumbed it up. So you have absolutely no excuse. And I am a stubborn man, but we're recording. If we weren't recording, I would take the painstaking time to scroll all the way through. Liam Leggetter. Okay, then. So let's throw it open. What's your number 7?
My number 7 is why do some women have trouble reaching an orgasm?
So is mine, Will. This is wonderful. Okay, now, is an opening question. Is this a situation where all 7 are good? Or is this a situation where 6 and 7 can be cut? Not cut, but
6 and 7 can be swapped for better written or rethought.
Well, we don't know if we have the same 6 yet, but we'll get to that. Yes, no. So this is Woody and his ex-wife Louise Lasser in a parody of Italian Fellini movies, Buñuel movies. He's a big fan of European cinema. I think we've talked about his love for Ingmar Bergman before. The next one that we're going to do, Crimes and Misdemeanors, is shot by Sven Nykvist, who filmed a lot of Bergman's movies. And well, Crimes and Misdemeanors is excellent. Why is this number 7 for you, Will?
I don't know though. It wasn't really that funny.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It has great gags. I think the vibrator blowing up. I think that's a great.
Got that.
Yeah,
that's
really
great.
Funny.
I like the when you very first go into this, you're at the party and they've got that music.
Yeah.
And then Woody's he takes a cigarette out of his mouth perfectly to the music. I like that.
I just think the conceit of it just isn't just like yes, I guess it. Oh, ha ha ha! But she can only get off if she's in, in a public place. Those jokes also, they're either they don't go far enough, but they also don't. They're not restricted enough and realistic enough.
Yeah, they're just not funny.
Yeah, it's one of those where you're like, if it didn't have the Italian angle to it, this really would be a flat fart of a segment. Yeah. If it didn't have that Italian parody aspect, ha ha ha. They did all their. It is real Italian, but it's all phonetic. They had to learn it phonetically. And I think Louise Lasser's quite a funny actress. She's of all the Woody Allen wives and partners that are in his films. I think she's the worst. She's not that funny in Bananas.
She doesn't really get to do much.
No, she doesn't. But I'm talking about Bananas as well. Obviously, you haven't seen Bananas, but I don't think she's very funny in Bananas either. Yeah. Why do some women have trouble reaching orgasm? Yeah, not the best. Not the best. Number 6. I'll start. Number 6. Are all transvestites homosexuals?
I've also got that as number 6.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Oh, it's taken me back to number 9 days.
Now, this is obviously. Here's my thing. I think you could do this sketch today. I don't think it's dated until the very, very end. The literal very end. And also, right. So for those of you who don't know, it's a transvestite who obviously terms have changed. Well, no, transvestite hasn't changed. He's not transgender. He enjoys wearing women's clothing. That's transvesticism, isn't it? I guess you could look at it through the drag slant. But
yeah,
it's
probably become more drag nowadays.
It's more drag, but it's not as It's not. This character it's more of a kink for him. It's not the showmanship of showwomanship, whatever, of drag. It's the literal wearing. So it ends. So he gets caught. It's a very funny sketch. It's very funny. I very much enjoy him when he puts his scarf up and he goes, "Oh," and he's doing a lady.
It's a bit like Four Lions. Can I put bottles of bleach, please?
It's great, and he going, "Oh, I got a mustache. Oh, you got a terrible runny nose," and then everybody keeps coming out and nobody notices. The sketch just falls flat at the end. So his wife goes, I completely understand, and you think it's going to end that way, and that'd be really quite forward thinking, but then she goes, you could have, and it's a really funny gag actually. It's you could have come to me and told me I'm a diseased person, I'm a pervert, I need help, which is funny. You just need to zoom in on him and have him go, oh, she doesn't actually get it. But instead you have him go, oh, wonderful. Yeah, no, I'll get some therapy tomorrow. I think you either have it where she's not necessarily into it, but understanding, or you have it be that you cut him.
I think like a slow zoom to him reacting, and then just like him then looking at the camera and going,
hey.
Yeah.
What a pisser. Yeah, that's what you need, because that is a really funny gag. Because you think she fully understands, and she's like, "Yeah, no, I understand," but that's very good. But before this, I think it's a very funny, funny sketch.
I love the jump cuts between the downstairs and him manically trying to, and then the whole sort of running down the street is very, very funny.
The police then showing up. It's just a very well.
It's very slapstick.
It's very slapstick, very well written. Very well shot, very well timed and edited. Little farcical sketch, and very enjoyable. And I think that Lou Jacobi does a wonderful job. Lou Jacobi hasn't done a lot of film work, so it's that great thing of his IMDb picture is him in Everything.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it Jacobi? As in Derek Jacobi?
No, because that's Derek Jacobi. I believe that in America it's pronounced with the more Jacobi.
Oh, like
I know that it's Derek Jacobi.
Yeah.
I believe in America.
You sure?
Yes, I do.
They like to emphasize the first syllable in America. Like Happy New Year is Happy New Year.
USA. Yes. Do you have any other thoughts, Phil, on our old transition?
I didn't really get that much down. I just got like the last sort of that segment is very, very good.
Yes. Okay. Number 5. What do you have for?
At number 5, I have got doctors who do sexual research.
Yes, so do I. Our old sexual clinics. Bloody hell! I should have got these names.
I just wrote. I gave up with that one because it's very long.
Are the findings of doctors and clinics who do sexual research and experiments accurate? Yes. I'm not answering the question. This is a similar thing where I think it just loses its way. I don't think the huge tit is as funny as Dr. Bernardo. Also, it's extra funny for us as Britons because in England we have our own Dr. Bernardo, who's a lovely orphan man.
We started. That was one of the first musicals I was in.
Carrots.
I think. No, not Carrots. The very first musical written by Webber and Rice. It's called The Likes of Us, and it's all about the story of Dr. Bernardo. And I played an orphaned child.
Are there 2 musicals about Dr. Bernardo?
Are there?
I've been in Carrots twice. Carrots is like Dr.
Carrots
Bernardo.
isn't written by Weber and Rice, so...
No, it's not. It's but it has got some teamwork can make the dream work. Oh no, that's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Or is it? Persevere, that's Carrots. Though you feel like you're in trouble, you should persevere.
We've got you can put your hand in mine. I'll be with you anytime. Because I'm a man of the world. There you go.
And this is him singing to the children.
No, that's like one of the older orphan child's children that sings at Bernardo's wedding, which is a role I auditioned for but didn't get because I failed to learn the song properly and sang all the timings wrong. The poor girl alongside me, because we had like duet auditions, were just looking at me thinking, what are you doing? When do I know how to come in because you're singing it wrong? But yeah, there you go.
There's another song in Carrots where he's teaching them about London and he goes, I could tell you so much more about London. And then all the kids go, not blooming likely. Things I know you've never really seen. What do you mean, mate? Climb St. Paul's to see the view. I'd explain so much to you if you'd only come. We don't want to come to school. The moral of the story is don't watch Carrots and don't watch, what was yours called? Bernardo the musical?
The Likes of Us.
Yeah. What a boring title. I'm not saying that Carrots is great, but at least you go, what? The Likes of Us? That's just so dull. Anyway, yes, as alluded to, I think that the Dr. Bernardo, John Carradine segment at the house is very funny, very Rocky Horror-esque.
Yes. Very Young Frankenstein.
Yes, the Igor's very funny. I gave him a 5-hour orgasm. I think John Carradine is excellent. He's got these hilariously absurd lines and he's really going for it.
What's your favourite experiment in the attic?
Basement.
Is it the basement? I do apologise. They look like roof beams to me.
Should be a chapter in your biography. They look like roof beams to me. I very much like the delivery of the line, I've got 20 young scouts and I'm going to measure your respiration while they gangbang you.
That's up there. I think my favourite is when he says, I forced a man to have sex with a large rye bread. It's great.
Yeah, contraception for 50 people at the same time, a 50-foot diaphragm. Lots of great gags.
I do like the gigantic tit.
Oh, so do I. I just think it's not as funny as John Carradine.
Yeah, it's drawn out, but I especially like it when you've got the classic, the boyfriend and girlfriend in the car.
Like the blob.
And then I love that. And then I like the giant bra payoff. But
yes.
It doesn't quite fit. They don't quite line it up.
It fades away, doesn't it? I've noticed this since I was 14. It fades away very quickly. Yeah, and also, how does this sketch not end with, are you sure? It's such an obvious final gag of...
well, then walking along and then the other tit.
The other tit. And the police chief even says they come in pairs.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, this was one big tit. Just hard cut to this one, which leads me to think actually this was supposed to be the sketch to end it. So we'll get to this in fun facts.
Because I've put that in like a change for the ejaculation one. Very bad ending.
No, very good ending. Oh, okay. We'll get to this.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Oh, Christ. What am I saying? Oh, yes. Basically, he was switching them around until it was released. He just couldn't figure out. I mean, he doesn't actually... he hates most of his movies, but he's talked about how he doesn't think it works. Portmanteau stuff doesn't work as a... it definitely doesn't work without a single through line. 7 different short films, it doesn't work as a film.
Mm.
And he was constantly shifting them about. We're going to get to a sequence that he fully cut. And he was shifting them about because this one ends with Woody saying to Helen Lacey, what a good name, and he goes, if I've learned anything from all these experiences, it's that what does he say? Something about sex. Is that sex shouldn't be talked about or something. That is surely the ending of the film. But I think it got moved because I don't know. Pardon the pun, blow my load too early. But I will get to my opinions on ejaculation. The sketch, not the concept. Any other thoughts, Will, on
what have I written? I love Woody holding up the cross, the crucifix.
Yeah.
I like that. I love the Doc Spinardo doing Hannibal Lecter when he starts. Love that.
Yes.
19 inches. Don't you think that's a bit long? Long? What do you mean? I love that.
I think John Carradine steals the sketch, and I think the excellence of his performance leads to the rest of the episode.
Yeah,
whatever we'll call it.
And I like finally Woody's thesis about advanced sex positions, how to achieve them without laughing. I like that.
It's true. Not to get too candid, but it's true. You know. I'd read that book. I mean, I wouldn't read that book. I've never read. Do you read self-help books, Will? Not to get too personal. I've never read one.
No. Because I just get bored or depressed.
Yes. Yeah. During the peak of my depression, my mother said, "I need to go to that bookstore and get some depression books."
This is Mission Control. Penetrate.
We can't. It's no use. Hold tight, men. We're losing it.
What am I doing here? What am I doing here?
It's going down! Keep it up, boys! Higher! Hold!
It's no use. We're losing it. Start preparing an alibi to save face.
We found him tampering with machinery of the cerebral cortex, turning up the guilt reflex.
That's a lie. I never touched anything.
Spy, sir.
I work in the conscience room.
We found the conscience tied to a chair. He'd knocked him out.
Is this true?
What if it is? Don't you think you should be ashamed of this? Sexual relations between unmarried people? To take an innocent woman and assault her in a brutal, sadistic, ungodlike manner is blasphemy!
Lock him up. Sabotage is over.
I said, no, I just don't.
I need to get back into reading. Now I've got all this free time. I just read autobiographies, and I want to go back to
straight prose.
Well, I mean,
nice and tidy prose. I
do enjoy reading. I've got a puffin book of poetry, and I've got the complete works of Shakespeare, which I like to, because I am a fan of Shakespeare. But I want to get like some proper books down me. Go back to like Dickens or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or some Brontes.
Tick off the big ones. The big ones, yeah. I think I've done pretty well with the big ones. I think I'm trying to think.
I've done a few Austins. I've done a few of them. Emma is my favourite.
Mm. Did you see the Bill Nighy Emma?
No, I saw the trailer when I went to see. What would it have been now? Little
Invisible
Women?
Man.
One of them. That was a strange trailer. The new Emma film looks fantastic. So that's on my list for when it comes out.
It's out.
Is it out? There you go. I should buy it.
It was out for the week of. It was out for a week, and then lockdown, and so it went straight to Sky, and.
Oh, that's why I haven't got it.
An online purchase. Well, not straight to Sky. You had to buy it through Sky, but it's available for digital download. So you could watch it tonight, William. Treat yourself to Emma. Whoever she may be. Any other final thoughts, Bill, on the medical accuracy of sexual health limits?
No.
No. Right. Are we going to go? Let's see. Are we going to go?
This is interesting now.
4 for 4.
I don't think we are. I think we buried we differ a lot now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
I can feel it coming.
You. Hey.
It's full of puns. My number 4.
Yeah.
Is do aphrodisiacs work?
I've got what happens during ejaculation.
I knew it. I knew it. Ah, great. Okay. Is that so? We'll spoil some of the fun now because I forgot how we used to do it. We'll leave that. My number 3 is what I can't remember what the title is. What is it? What are sex perverts?
Oh, I do apologise. I forgot about that one. My number 4 is what are sex perverts.
Oh. Okay, we'll talk about that now. Okay, so this is a great parody. Right, we're now in the peak. These 4 are the I'd say 4 excellent, wouldn't change a bit, great sketches. The other 3 are nice and they fill out the film and they're funny. I don't skip any. That's another thing. I never find myself skipping any. I do have to say it's a newfound appreciation for Do Aphrodisiac's work, and I think it's more so because the ex never found it funny, so we did used to skip it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she never found it funny. She found the rest really funny, which always shocked me because it wasn't her sense of humour. But anyway, that's dead. But so we always used to skip Do Aphrodisiac's work, and it made sense because it's the first one, and you can just skip, and then obviously you're straight into. Well, we'll get to it. But yes, what are sex perverts? So this is a parody of What's My Name, all those great 50s game shows that Woody was on. It obviously has real life celebrities, Regis Philbin, Jack Benny, all that stuff. And however, this time it's guessing people's perversions, and it's just pitch perfect parody, satire. Not a note of it is wrong. It's such a wonderful emulation, even from the offset. The advert of the guy with the hair, with the grease in his hair, and then in the background they start kissing, and you just barely see it. It's very good. Into what's my perversion? Yes. What? Why is this your number? Your 4?
Yes, my 4.
Your 4,
it's very, very good. I especially enjoyed the rabbi being tied. Although I've written down, it's not tied very, very strongly.
He's not at all.
Very, very loose. It's very bad. It's a poor job.
He does say, "Oh, not too tight, not too tight," which doesn't make sense because it's your perversion. Nobody's perversion is to be draped with rope loosely. It's being.
You never know. There might be someone out there.
Of course, there's always somebody out there. But being tied up, that's the thing. It's the facts that you're tied, not draped loosely with rope. Yeah. I can't remember what I was saying. Bugger. Bloody hell.
Oh.
What's my perversion? Will, what's your perversion? This has some of the dry delivery of I'm going to take a shot. Are you a rapist? No, definitely not. It's so dry, it's so dark, and it's so funny. Will, what do you think of this sketch?
I think it's very, very good. I'll be honest though. I think the payoff at the very first guess, when he gets to 50 points, I think the payoff's a bit bad. Not bad, but it's disappointing because it isn't that much of a perversion. What is perversion?
Public exposure, Will. Well, it's illegal for a start.
Is it? Yeah, but you
yes.
think
Do you need to send some messages? Jesus, Will. Yes, no, it is a perversion. It's illegal.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know if it was illegal in... Well, no, this is a parody of the 50s. It's definitely illegal. Yeah, no.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
You learn something new every day. Yes. Oh. I keep yawning. I have so much sleep. I'm sorry. I don't know what this voice is. I'm inhaling helium. This is just a great sketch. Do you watch any old 50s game shows as well?
No. I'm not 50s. Not 50s.
When
I watch Roy Walker every now and again.
Yeah, Catchphrase. What a show. Here's a fun fact. The rabbi is played by a famous Yiddish actor called something Lumet, and it's Sidney Lumet's dad, who you'll know as the director of 12 Angry Men and Dog Day Afternoon and The Verdict and Network and Murder on the Orient Express, the original, and this beautiful film Long Day's Journey into Night, which arrived the other day, and look at it, it's got a booklet and it's also exciting, and Catherine Hepburn's in it. It's all very... And The Verdict, which I don't know if I mentioned. He also directed Iceman Cometh for TV. Anyway, Sidney Lumet's great. Before The Devil Knows You're Dead, what a great... I mean, he didn't choose to end on it, he died. But a great end to his career. Okay, so now my number...
So I've just done 4.
Do we have the same number 1?
I don't think we do. I mean, no, we don't. We don't.
We don't?
Yeah. It's... I know exactly what my number 1 should be, but it's my number 2. It's my number 2. It's my number 2.
Okay, right. Well, okay. So now let's do ejaculation then. Right. What happens during ejaculation is my hard second.
Hey, it's my third. It's my third.
Yeah. I think this is one of the best comedy.
It's the greatest Burt Reynolds reveal of all time.
Did you not know Burt Reynolds is in this?
I was not expecting Burt Reynolds to turn around.
This is just one of my favorite. It's just one of my favorite things ever. And it's my number 2. I think this is one of the funniest 20-minute pieces ever. Not 20 minutes, about 10 minutes. One of the funniest sketches. I think it's note perfect. I think that the amount of set design, so in your domain, and the amount of effort that has gone into it. This isn't just a thrown together thing. Mm-hmm. It's a full blown sketch. And it's so wonderfully made and delivered. It's great. And you've got the wonderful Tony Randall, you've got the wonderful Burt Reynolds, you've got Woody down in the tubes. And I think for me all of the jokes land. And yeah, so what about you?
I thought it was exceptional. A special mention to the pleasure centre. I love that. With the guy just going,
best throwaway gag in the film.
It's great.
It's great.
I love the construction workers who power the erection. I love the vicar tampering with the machinery.
That is also very good. Burt Reynolds, you get the sort of impression he thinks it's beneath him.
Yes.
But he also thought that Boogie Nights was beneath him. He blew his chance to win supporting actor because he tried to punch Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God. Oh, God, take stop. Pull not upon yourself. Oh, are my feet full? This is not mockery. This is not games. Ah. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Ouch. And laugh. What is this? Heavy underwear.
Ah. 'Tis the chastity belt that the jealous king hath fastened on me, that no man but him shallst have the goods of the body.
It's a bad break for all of us here at the palace. Yes, yes. Wait here. I will go. Yes. Yes, here, now, with most grievous dispatch, I will open the latch and get to her snatch.
It's high.
I hold. This key is too big for that lock. Just perhaps. Sorry about that.
We'll get to that when we talk about Boogie Nights. But Burt Reynolds, what are you doing? He could have won that year. He could have won that year. I have no doubt. But alas, and now he's dead.
Oh, Burt.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, no. Is this the funniest sketch? Is this funnier than? Well, no. This is the thing. We're not agreed.
It's a different sort of humour as well. This is the silliest sketch. No, is it? Is it though?
No, it's not. I don't think it's the silliest sketch. It's obviously accuracy in health clinics. I think you talk about things being dated or whatever. I think you could show anybody. I love aphrodisiacs. But this has got some great sound bites if people want to cut out little clips. I mean, I love aphrodisiacs. Let's talk about ejaculation. These are great things if people are bothered. I think aphrodisiacs, I don't think people would laugh. Evidence, my ex. I think you could show anybody what is sodomy and anybody what happens during ejaculation, and they would still laugh today. And they would laugh at every single joke. Hence why I do think it's the funniest part of this film. And let's talk about this now. I think it's the perfect ending. I think we're going out on a high.
Oh, I think it's a great ending. I just think the ending to it is just sudden, and it's like it just suddenly goes to the rabbits.
Yeah,
and it's not even a jump cut. It's like I don't like it.
Fade.
I think
we're going for seconds.
Yeah, either the music should be grandiose and then bam, we cut to the da-da-ba. I don't think
we're all alone, no chaperone.
And then it just sort of we're going for a second. Hey. It doesn't work because it's such a big punchline. It needs that spectacular ending cut to the rabbits. But that's just my personal. You
opinion. Want the ending of Us? You want?
Yeah.
Well, no, the ending of Us doesn't end with that track, does it? It ends with the Hands Across the World theme. Us better than Get Out? We've had this conversation, haven't we?
Yes, Us better than Get Out. I've only actually seen Us twice. It's on my list again. Excellent movie, excellent. I think better performances. Not that the performances in the first one are bad. I think
true.
They're all exceptional, but there's some pretty standout performances in Us. And it's a great concept. They're both great. I just love it. I love the whole play on the. Oh, it's cool. It's clever. Very clever man.
I need a third movie.
Oh.
I need to solidify it. I need a third movie.
Do you not like the sketches?
I love the sketches. I need a third movie.
Okay.
I held off on Damien Chazelle, and First Man, best film he's ever made. That's this Damien Chazelle. I was right. I like a third movie to really solidify it.
Like Godfather 3.
Yeah.
I just tore down your argument.
No, I'm talking about directors or writers or whatever. Scientifically, you're the science man, more so than me at least. But the 2 is a pattern, 3 is a 2 is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern. I like a third movie. I'm very excited. Same with Ari Aster after Hereditary and after Midsummer. I'm very excited to see what he does next, and I want it to be just obviously I don't.
I watched Hereditary the other day.
Yes, you did. What did you think?
I did. Very, very good. Did not expect that. I mean, it's very, very unexpected film.
It is indeed.
Did not know where it was going at any point. Very, very good. Great twist.
Exceptional twist. Great
spooky,
film.
spooky.
Spooky movie. Spooky movie. It's great stuff.
And it's the guy from Jumanji.
It was the guy from Jumanji, yes. Well, Nat Wolf.
Sure.
Do you remember when Lucy watched Hereditary? Previous guest Lucy Hewitt, and she said, "I really liked the kid, but the old man they just drag him off the street and just cast him." She's talking about Gabriel Byrne, who I thought was very, very good in the film.
It's very, very, very good.
Sure, he doesn't have a big screaming scene like Toni Collette. Not that Toni Collette's screaming isn't excellent, but and not that she doesn't do more than just scream. She does a lot of subtlety in the film as well. But
I see myself retiring just like her, painting, making little models of houses in my.
Yeah,
and then
it's a way to go.
Myself.
It's a way to go. It is indeed a way to go. Okay then, right. So
at number 2,
my number one's your number. My number one's your number 2. Your number one's my number 4. Let's go chronologically then. Do Aphrodisiacs Work is your number 1?
Yes.
So why don't you talk about it to start?
You sound really angry.
I don't sound angry. I love this. I love it.
It's great. It's the reason why I think I prefer this to the wonderful Gene is because this is everything that I enjoy. It's period, it's Shakespeare, and it's slapstick, and it's quite Python, and it's also Woody doing Woody and being very neurotic. It's great.
Whereas I love bestiality.
There we go. I love the Woody puppet, the tiny Woody.
Tiny Woody.
That's
especially
great.
when he gets decapitated. It's a great,
like
a great end to the sketch.
Good. Yes.
Cut to the thing being decapitated.
I've just written Royal Tomatoes. I don't know.
When he's talking about the food,
yeah.
like,
That's great.
Did I touch the Royal Tomatoes?
I love the smash cut to the sorcerer. An aphrodisiac.
The guy from Live and Let Die.
Yes. One of my favourite Bonds.
Yes, I know this.
I love the music as he's the POV as he's sneaking the potion along the corridor. That's great. And then the tiny feet.
Tiny feet are excellent. Here's the thing. Why don't I have this soundtrack? Why hasn't this soundtrack ever been released? These are all great songs. You know what I also love in a good anthology movie, and it's something that Inside Number 9 does well as well, is different soundtracks. Is
yes.
every piece, yeah. So this obviously has the wonderful and then Orgasm has the great Italian swinging vibe. It's great music. I just love that great Jester's opening monologue where he's just doing his old Catskills material from the really early Woody days, but he's doing it in the Jester. My favourite, however, is the Hamlet to be or not to be. That is the congestion.
Yeah, I've written that. That's brilliant.
But more so the payoff of the guard going, Jesus, and just walking away. It's it's very.
I like. I think I fell on my bells. I like that.
Like how I
TV.
fooled these
That's
guys.
great.
I
love the whole
go on.
opening the chastity belt.
Yeah,
that's great. I love this.
Do you think this works as 10 minutes, or do you think this could hold for a film? I could see maybe a medieval Woody movie.
I'm not sure where you'd go with it, but yeah, there's definitely potential for a full
This is just a sketch, isn't it? Obviously,
yeah.
A 10-minute part of it. Obviously, Love and Death. He went to Russia and during
It was,
wartime.
this was very Mel Brooks. That
Yes.
that you could take this straight from Men in Tights.
Yeah. Obviously, he didn't need to make a medieval movie because he made this, but I could see that. Is there a Mel Brooks medieval movie? I guess Robin Hood. Yeah, I guess that's
Men in
technically
Tights,
medieval times. Yeah, because they're in the woods, so I forget about the castles. The wonderful Lynn Redgrave, obviously,
Yes.
as the princess. Hey there, Georgie girl. Have you watched Gods and Monsters? Well,
I have not, Tom.
you'd love it. It's Brendan Fraser and Ian McKellen, and it's about the director James Whale, who made the old black and white Frankenstein movies, and he was gay, and it's like Sunset Boulevard with Brendan Fraser as the gardener. He sort of is in like a gay kept man situation. It's a good movie. Yes. Will, do you have anything else to say about Do Aphrodisiac's work?
Come in, Mr. Milos. Come in. Sit down right over here. I just want to get some history on you first. So, your name is?
Stavros Milos.
And your address?
Armenia.
Armenia.
I am from Armenia. I am visiting my brother.
Occupation?
Shepherd.
A shepherd?
My whole family. Except for my brother over here, who is a rug salesman.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any major illnesses?
No.
None. Good. So, now, what seems to be the trouble?
I'm in love with a sheep.
I beg your pardon?
I am in love with a sheep.
No.
Anthony Quayle as the king is great. Everybody's great. Everybody's great in this entire movie. Here's a question. Who's not great? Who's the worst performance in this entire film?
Oh, let me get me IMDb.
I think I'd have to go Louise Lasser.
Is that the orgasm one?
Yeah, I think that sketch
I would
could
say.
be maybe funnier if they had better charisma, which is ironic because they used to be married, but not charisma. Chemistry is what I mean. Okay then, so my number one, almost without a shadow of a doubt really, what is sodomy? This is where this film goes 10 for 10. Gene Wilder as Dr. Ross. I'm going to blow one of Tom's big questions. Is this the best thing that Gene Wilder's ever done? The answer is yes. He's never been funnier. He's never been more like pathos. There's lots of pathos. It's a tragedy.
As the king of double takes, it's double takes. I put him. It's him and Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
But that very first really long drawn out eyes to the side one when he says he reveals it's just you can't
Mr.
beat
Milos, you are crazy. Gene Wilder is excellent. Well, let's talk about Gene for a little bit. So Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein are probably my favourites. Are you a Willy Wonka man? It's
fine. It's good.
No, it's definitely great. It's it's definitely a great movie. But it's definitely great.
Yeah, for me, it's the Richard Pryor movies. See No Evil is Stir Crazy, that sort of thing. They're my favourite.
Shit! I quote that a lot. Stir Crazy. You've got a big thing for See No Evil, Hear No Evil, don't you? With an evil German Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, with a massive cyst.
That should be like his Twitter bio. Like Kevin Spacey's Twitter bio. What is Kevin Spacey's Twitter bio? Is Kevin Spacey on Twitter? I have no doubt that he is nowadays. If OJ's on,
yeah,
Kevin Spacey Twitter.
He hides away in YouTube now, doesn't he?
Here
it
is.
Italian film festivals.
No, it wasn't an Italian film festival. It was an Italian museum.
Oh.
And they were doing a painting of a boxer, and they got him to read a famous poem about the boxer, and it was all about a boxer's like return. And he and then they asked the Italian guy, and he was like, "Why did you choose Kevin Spacey?" And he goes, "Because he's the best actor in the world." For those of you who don't know, it was like months after.
Yeah, like amongst.
Yeah, amongst, yes, within the space. His Twitter bio is former shoe salesman, now making a go at film and theatre.
He's cracked, hasn't he? He's cracked.
Guess how many followers?
I would say a lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go 2 million.
I'll give you for reference. Tom Hanks has 16.7.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson has 8.4 million. So there's 2 reference points.
I'm going to stick with my 2 million.
4.2 million. I mean,
I want to know how many he did have.
That's what I was going to say. He follows 32 people. I would love to know.
Follows 32 people.
He follows 32 people, so I don't know who they are. Yeah. So who knows? We'll find out. I mean, we won't find out. Stay away to find out.
We stay away from that.
I was going to say the wonderful Kevin Spacey. He is wonderful as an actor. The wonderful Gene Wilder.
There we go.
There it is. The wonderful Gene Wilder in this is This is my favorite Gene Wilder. You're going with Richard Pryor.
This is his best performance, I would say. But See No Evil's my favorite Gene movie.
Yes. No, this is his best performance is Doug Ross. And it's because he plays it completely straight.
He said, I want to do a remake of the film Sister Carrie. And I'm thinking of either you or Laurence Olivier. But instead of Jennifer Jones, I want to use a sheep. And I knew then why he wanted me, because he wanted someone who would fall in love with a sheep and not do it as a joke, but truly fall in love with a sheep to the extent that an actor can do that. And he chose the right actor.
Straight, yeah, he does a Leslie.
I mean, he's the master of playing it straight.
Yeah.
Even Willy Wonka, the beauty is, no, stop, please, help, he's going to die, or whatever he said. Every time he goes, he's fallen in.
It's genius.
It's flawless, and that is what bloody welcome. Oh,
Shumbo!
Yeah, when he's doing it, Johnny Depp doing a full. I've told you why he's doing full-blown Michael Jackson, haven't you?
Yeah, originally,
It was originally going to be Michael Jackson and the Chocolate Factory. Not Michael Jackson and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
I used to love that. The DVD I was obsessed with because of the bonus feature games that you could play. And it kept me entertained for years.
Willie or Charlie?
Charlie.
Those are terrible songs.
It was they're bad. Willie's called Willie because I was reading it the other day. Who is it? No, it's not. Why is?
Are you talking about the character, or are you talking about why that first film is called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah. Why is it called Willy Wonka? Yeah. There you go. It's because it was financed by Quaker Oats, who designed and was going to produce the Wonka bar that's seen in the movie.
Yes.
And so in order to get the idea of Wonka bars into people's head, they said, okay, it needs to be Wonka and the Chocolate Factory rather than Charlie. And then the bar never got out of manufacture. Yeah.
Well, no, it did get out of manufacturing, but they got the consistency wrong, so it always melted. So they had to then reclaim hundreds and thousands of these Wonka bars. I've seen Wonka bars about. Do we know what they taste like?
I think they're Hershey's now.
Yeah.
They're bad American. They're bad. They're really bad, and it's a shame.
I don't want to get too revolting, but don't you notice that American chocolate tastes a bit like sick?
I'm exhausted. Just... Boy, that was really something. I never thought it could be like this. Never in my wildest imagination. You're really something special. I love our L-shaped room. I'll never forget these afternoons we've had. I don't think I've ever known such peace and happiness in my life. I hope you feel the same way.
Like sick.
It just tastes like.
I've never made that comparison in my mind, but it's just not sweet. It's not sweet.
No, it's not. It's like everything's dark chocolate.
Oh, but I love dark chocolate.
I love dark chocolate when I know that's what I'm eating.
American chocolate's like the bad pound shop advent calendar chocolate. Because I love advent calendar chocolate, but the really bad cheap stuff, it's like that. That's what I would compare it to.
You can't beat a shit advent calendar. Oh my god.
Well, like a Peppa Pig one. Oh, that's what you get. You get your posh. You get your Lindt one, and then on the side, you have your Paw Patrol or whatever, just to keep you going.
Yes. Okay then. Before we move on to best line, what's the change, other such categories, let's try and do this ranking then. Right. I'll give you aphrodisiacs at number 2 if you give me what is sodomy at number 1.
I will agree on that.
Said that it is the best.
Yeah. But I personally enjoy Afro more.
Yes. Are we agreed on ejaculation at 3?
What have I put above ejaculation? No, yeah, ejaculation at 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you better hurry. It's 2:58 now.
Hey. Boom, boom.
And perverts at 4.
Yep. And then
the rest were
sexual research. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we are. Our ranking of the 7 segments of everything you always wanted to know about sex, but you to ask. Number 7. Why do some women have struggle achieving orgasm? Yeah, no, that is correct. I don't know why.
Why does Tom struggle saying?
Speaking, yeah. Number 6, are all transvestites homosexuals? Number 5, accuracy of sex clinics. Number 4, what are sex perverts? Number 3, what happens during ejaculation? Number 2, do aphrodisiacs work? And number 1, what is sodomy? Lovely. Let's throw it to best line. Here's one. My father, who died in childbirth. Good.
We'll go one after each other. We'll bounce off.
Shoot.
I've got TB or not TB. That is the congestion.
Do you not have the rest?
I have. You're fondling your lamb's wool sweater. I love that.
Yeah. Can we please have an erection? What the hell is going on down there? For me, Norman Mailer has exactly that same sort of relevance, that affirmative-negative duality that only Proust or Flaubert could achieve. I don't know if we're going to make it or not. Doesn't look too good. I'm a graduate of New York University. We're going to make it. I don't know any women from New York University. I don't know whether that is true of a rumor or not, but it's delivered so perfectly.
It is.
It's a great gag.
I've got, well, at least he's Jewish. That's a great little gag.
Mr. Milos, what you don't understand is that it's not normal to experience mature love for anything with 4 legs. Wait till you meet her.
That's great. I love that scene when he does bring her in and he's just infatuated.
Darling, is it my imagination, or do you always smell like lamb chops? Do you have any other lines, William?
I've got, I fell on my bells. Are you ready? Jingle your bells. I've got an aphrodisiac. I've got Gene breaking the fourth wall going, you'll have to excuse me. I like that. That's good.
Is he breaking the fourth wall, or he's looking?
He is.
He's going to the patient.
He looks at the camera.
Because the patient's there, because he's just talked to the patient.
You're going to love Peep Show.
Okay, what's the change? We've talked about him a little bit. We talked about the end of the transvestite.
Yeah.
I've put Dr. Bernardo just as a name. Too much echo on the father's ghost. Some of those lines are indecipherable. I had to put my subtitles on at that point.
I was very, very pleasantly surprised to find it on Netflix.
Oh, yes, it is on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. It's always been on Netflix. They've just never taken it off. This and A Midsummer Night's Sex Comedy are like always on Netflix. I don't know whether they're really cheap to license. Like Annie Hall comes and goes, but those two, steadfast. I think you'll really enjoy A Midsummer Night's Sex Comedy. It's not the best Woody movie by any stretch.
It sounds like my sort of thing, though.
But it's a good, funny. Midnight in Paris is on there, which we've done is excellent.
Yeah.
Some Night Sex Comedy is great. Love and Death is great. Vicky Cristina Barcelona, Radio Days. All great films. All great films. Have you got any other changes, Will?
I've got the rope. The rope.
Yes, you said this.
It's not a kinky rope.
It's not a kinky rope. Okay. Have you got any left in your notes?
What have I got? Tying the rabbi down. Oh, no, that's just...
It's just another variation on your obsession on the tightness of those ropes, Will.
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay, then. Well, let's do some facts. Dr. Rubin, the author of the source book, did not like this movie. This was his comment. I didn't enjoy the movie because it impressed me as a sexual tragedy. Every episode in the picture was a chronicle of sexual failure, which was the converse of everything in the book. The book was there to normalize and to make it normality.
But surely that's fine, because Woody is taking everything to the extremes, and he's not saying, he's not trying to normalize it.
I don't think anybody is watching this film as a genuine sex manual. Surely not. Woody Allen saw Dr. David Rubin promoting his book, on which this movie was based, on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. When asked by Johnny Carson, is sex dirty? Rubin replied, it is if you're doing it right, which is a line from Allen's Take the Money and Run. Allen was offended by Dr. Rubin using his joke, so he made this movie as a form of revenge against him. My goodness. A segment that was filmed but eventually cut out was What Makes a Man a Homosexual? The sequence had Woody Allen as a common spider and Louise Lasser playing a black widow. After a mating dance on the black widow's web, the spiders make love and the black widow eats the common spider. Allen cut the sequence as he was unable to find a suitable ending for it. However, on the back of like every DVD and my new Blu-ray, there's still a picture of Woody as a spider in the net. But anyway, do you know what Woody's favorite segment in the movie is?
What?
Why do some women have trouble reaching orgasm?
Really?
Yeah.
That's very, very surprising, Woody.
Yeah. A segment, an Old Testament spoof about a famous masturbating man, was scripted but not filmed? Sir Laurence Olivier was the second choice to play Dr. Doug Ross. I would love to see that. I would. I don't know if it'd be better than Gene. I mean, I know it wouldn't, but I would very much like to see Laurence Olivier and the Sheep. Woody Allen tinkered with the ordering right up until the movie's release. And Tom's big question. What's the best performance in this film? I mean, it's Gene Wilder. So what's the second best performance in this film?
I think Woody's very good.
In what?
In Aphrodisiac.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
But I think the trans one is.
Oh yes, he is good. Lou Jacoby / Jacoby. Yes, it is wonderful stuff. Here's a question. Do these movies work?
As what?
As movies. Do these sort of lots of little sketches, do they work as a film?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they do. But like, yeah.
If Python can do it.
It's the rarity. Yeah, but what's the best Python? No, it's only you who thinks that Meaning of Life is the best Python movie, though.
Really?
Yes, I think that's very famous. No, it's the old joke. What is the meaning of life? It's the worst Monty Python movie.
Makes me very sad.
I'm sorry. Don't blame me. I'm not educated enough in Python to make a proper judgment on it. But I think I'd agree. I think it's not the worst. Definitely my least favourite.
That's very sad.
If I had to rank them. And this is, of course, are we including a now for something completely different? Because that's just, what is that? Anyway.
I love it.
I know you do. Will, do you have any final thoughts on this penultimate Woody film?
I did not, Tom.
Fair enough. I've always found this one funny. I will always find it funny. A newfound appreciation for aphrodisiacs, the sketch. What is anybody who hasn't seen this film? If I'd reckon right, if you've not seen this film and you don't, and all of this doesn't grab you, do still watch What Is Sodomy and do still watch What Happens. Oh, just watch the film. It's on Netflix. It's half an hour. Get on with it. And also, why?
Half an hour?
Sorry,
an hour and a half.
I said an hour and a half.
Did you? All right. Oh, sorry.
It's all right. I'll let you off. Just this time.